Nintendo. You know what? Let me tell the first part of the story as like a perspective of Nintendo being a friend that you grew up with. It's like, yeah, Nintendo, man, I remember growing up with him. Yeah, man, we used to throw the baseball around the front yard. I remember the one time the baseball went in through the front window. We blamed his little brother on it. His dad whipped his ass for it. But, you know, hey, whatever. We laughed our asses off about it. We had so much fun. We hung out together. We had our first beer together. Oh, man. But you know what? On top of that, Nintendo, you were just such a nice guy. You always donated your time. You donated your time at the church on the weekends. You helped old ladies across the street. You brought a smile to everyone's face. And then we grew up and grew apart, and I just came across you the other day, Nintendo, and you were like, hey, I remember you. I grew up with you, right? I was like, yeah, Nintendo. Shit, man, how you been? And you're all like, yo, man, you're not going to believe this. I'm one of these ambulance-chasing malpractice lawyers. Oh, my God. I fleece so much money out of people. Like these slip and fall people. Like, did you see my commercial on TV? The one where it says, like, yo, do you want to work the rest of your life? Or do you want to sue someone and never work again? That's me. That's me, man. I get so much money that it just comes in by the boatload. In fact, there's a boat pulling in the harbor right now, and it's filled with my money. Do you got money for me, by the way? No. I don't got money. What do you mean? Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you then. No money for me? No time for you. Get out of here. That's Nintendo now. All right? Jumping back on topic here. Nintendo story came out. News broke. I'll leave a link in the video description with the story. And I feel that I need to vent about Nintendo here for you guys. I feel I at least owe it to you. I haven't talked about Nintendo with you guys. Not this deeply. I owe it to you. I don't owe you shit, but I owe it to you. You hurt me, Nintendo. You're making me make a YouTube video about this. Hope you realize how super serial this is, Nintendo. Nintendo, 2 days ago, again, link for the stories in the video description. Story broke about how over the summer they took an Arizona couple, husband and wife, to court and sued them. This Arizona couple was the proprietaires of a ROM sharing website. A website that shares such classic ROMs as Donkey Kong Country, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, Hack Attack! Hack Attack? You don't remember Hack Attack. You don't remember... Yeah, bust out my collection here. Let me see. Let's see, it's the PS1, the Xbox... Oh, that's the PS2. Don't correct me in the comments. That's a PS2. That's a PS1. Genesis. Oh, is that a Genesis with a 32X? Oh, let's get this party started. Yeah. The FC Mobile 2. Only thing that plays Hack Attack. You remember it now? Anyways, back on topic. So, this couple was operating this website that shared ROMs of classic video games. Now, Nintendo went after them and said, yo, we own the rights to these games. You're giving them away for free. You're operating a website that has ads on it. You're garnering revenue by sharing games that you don't own. We're suing you. And the courts said, agreed, $12 million to Nintendo. What? Now, let me devil's advocate this for a second here. All right? The courts ruled in favor of Nintendo for $12 million. They saw that as fair punitive damages that this couple is to award. When this court case started in July, not only did this Arizona couple's ROM sharing website go dark, in fact, it had just a message when you went to it said, we're under site maintenance, a number of other ROM sharing websites went dark as well because they saw that Nintendo smelled the blood in the water and they saw that Nintendo shark coming for them and they're like, oh shit, I don't want to be sued for $12 million. I'm shutting down my website too. So, Nintendo had every single right to do this. Every single right. They own the intellectual, copyrighted properties and the distribution of said properties. There was nothing they did that was inherently or illegal in any way, shape, or form. All right? Nothing they did was wrong from their abilities to do so. Now, that's why the court said this isn't even black and white. They violated your intellectual and copyright and distribution rights. You win, case closed. Now, the thing that I have the issue with is it's more of why did Nintendo do this? And did Nintendo have to do this? Because shutting down these ROM sites is, again, in Nintendo's better interest. The thing about it is you will never stop the sharing of previous generation Nintendo games. Like, they're going to be on the dark web, they're going to be torrented, they're going to be all over the place. It's not going to happen. You're not going to shut down every square inch of every game being downloaded and shared on the internet. Ain't happening, Nintendo. Hate to break it to you if you didn't already know that. Now, others will say, well, obviously they wanted this website shut down. They wanted other websites like it shut down. That's what happened. Nintendo won. From that end of things, yes, they did. And I will agree that now getting ROMs of old school Nintendo games will be a very hard task to achieve. Not impossible, though, but it will be harder. I will give you that. The whole into why did Nintendo have to do this is where I really have trouble understanding Nintendo's motives here, because is this going to translate into more money for Nintendo? Like, was lost sales of retro games that much that they had to do this? They felt they had to do this? Like, they saw that, well, you know, we project in a couple of years that we'll be making like $200 million on retro game sales, and we wanted to help achieve that. And people are like, well, they won $12 million from these guys. $12 million is chump change. $12 million is not going to make or break Nintendo. Like, just ain't happening. So now you have this public outrage for Nintendo that is already seen as very greedy. One of the main ways they're seen as greedy is the YouTube partnership program they have here with Nintendo, where you can upload footage of Nintendo games, but you have to join up to their partnership program. So Google pays them your AdSense revenue. They cut it in half, keep their half, and give you half, so you get a fraction of their fraction of the money. Thanks, Nintendo. That's great. Meanwhile, my buddy over here is playing PlayStation games and getting paid a full cut from Google. Thanks, bitch. Anyway, it's steps like this that have already given Nintendo that ultra greedy reputation that is deserved for them. And honestly, it's really deserved. And now they do this. And I understand. And yes, it is messed up that these that these ROM websites were having ads, they're making money and distributing your copyrighted product. It's messed up. But ultimately, did it hurt you? Did it hurt you that much that taking the negative blow by looking even more greedy was worth it? Because, I mean, I should have looked up this number ahead of time, but what does Nintendo make now in retro video game sales, like on their online stores, or what little copies of Donkey Kong Country are left on the shelves? Like what do you think they could possibly make? Like are they expecting this to turn around the company and make them another mega giant again? I mean, they're doing just fine. I mean, I'm sure they wish sales could be better in their consoles and whatnot, but they're not exactly going broke anytime in the near future. Unless someone knows something more about the company that I don't. I mean, whatever. Oh, man, I'm just to the point where, I love the NES. That's my all-time favorite console. Always will be. So many great memories. But it's to the point now where it's like, you know what, old friend? I think we have to say goodbye and I have to stop investing time and money in you. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I just can't morally, ethically, whateverly. I can't invest in Nintendo. Like, I just can't do it anymore. They're just so greedy. They've taken too many steps up the greed ladder that I'm just standing down here and I'm like, yo, I can't look up your nose anymore. It's disgusting. Like, you disgust me. You disgust me, Nintendo. But at least you got your money out of me for buying that copy of Hack Attack. So, you got me for that. Anyway, thus concludes an Archfiend video on YouTube. What? That guy still makes videos? The guy was washed up years ago. Have a good day, everyone. That is all. That's such an overused cliche phrase. Bye.